Welcome to this demo of the FXLoader cloud service for integration with JD Edwards Enterprise One. The FXLoader cloud service runs on an Oracle Cloud platform and is made up of pages to configure your FX rates integration and a background scheduler to get, process and load the rates. REST web service calls are made to any of our rates providers. Rates are then processed according to your configuration and loaded into your JD Edwards application either via a push or a pull. So let's look at FXLoader to see the configuration options available. Access the application via a browser and log in using the credentials supplied for your company. The home page shows metrics for your company and the 5 latest jobs, with links to see the details for each job. The configuration is centered around one or more runs, supported by currency sets and ERP instances to load rates into. First, we'll create the instance, which is the link to your JDE application. Give the instance a name. We can load rates to JDE via a push or a pull. The push option uses an AIS orchestration that we can call from FXLoader. So you enter the URL and a username and password for this orchestration. The pull option uses business services. In this case, FXLoader saves the rates in the relevant format and a UBE in JDE calls the business service to pull the rates in. In both cases, we provide the installation scripts and documentation to install the orchestration or the business service and UBE. No development is needed on your side. The solution is 100% pre-built from start to finish. We can also enter your accounting calendar type and accounting year start date to use to calculate period, quarter or year-to-date averages. Next, we need to create a currency set, which is the list of currencies you need to load rates for. Give the set a name and pick the currencies we need from the master list. We'll choose a few common currencies. We can choose as many as we need here as long as they are available from the source chosen. We can create additional currency sets if we need to load from another source, such as a central bank. For example, if you need official rates from the Mexico Central Bank, you would create a currency set containing USD and MXN to be used by a separate fetch stage. If you're using an old or non-standard currency code in your ERP, enter the standard code to fetch the rates from the source. For example, for Mexico, you can get MXN rates and load them against the old code MXP. Flag a currency as base to determine which cross rates you need. You can also set rounding or other overrides for individual currencies when used as a from or to currency or even for a specific currency pair. Finally, we set up the runs you need to schedule. We set a frequency of the run, most often daily, but you can select other options, including setting specific dates. For period end and period average rates, you can run once per period. Select the time the scheduler should submit the jobs and set the next start date to the date you want to start loading from. Automatic retry options control the interval and number of times to retry in the event of a problem. This is useful if there's a problem connecting to the source, for example, as it avoids the need for manual intervention. Next, we define the stages of the run. First, we create a fetch stage to pull the rates from one of the sources. Pick a source of rates. For a paid source, such as Oanda or FXignite, you'll need a subscription from them, which can be included in your FXLoader subscription. Pick the currency set we just created and choose the from and to currencies to fetch. We'll get US dollar rates to all others, but you can choose any combination. The date offset allows you to fetch rates for a different date to the date of the run. We'll use -1 to get closing rates for the previous day. Finally, there are parameters specific to certain providers. Fixed time for FXignite, and source decimal places for Oanda. You would create multiple fetch stages if you need rates from multiple sources. We have the option to create cross rates via a triangulate stage. We'll pick the same currency set and choose to calculate cross rates from our base currencies to all others. The pivot currency will be US dollars as we have these from the fetch stage. Triangulate stages are not always needed. You can choose instead to get all combinations of rates directly from the source, or you may not need cross rates at all. Finally, create a load stage, which sends rates to JDE with the push option or saves them for pull later with the pull option. Pick the instance we set up earlier. Use date offset to determine the date to load the rates into. For example, enter 1 to load rates into the next day. Pick bid, ask or midpoint for market rates. You can round rates to a number of decimal places. JDE allows a maximum of 7. Enter the JDE specific fields defining how you record rates: calculation method, conversion method, and spot rate. You can set up multiple load stages to load different instances of the same ERP or into a different ERP. Finally, let's set up a notification to send us an email in the event of error, retry or warning. We can also send an email with a CSV file of the rates. So that's it. When we set the status to ready, it will run every day at the chosen time. We can also submit a job immediately as of any date you choose. Of course, you can also see all actions taken and rates from the jobs page in the FXLoader application. The log file details all the steps taken. This is the information sent to the notification email addresses you set up. We can also see the stages of the job, the rates fetched and the rates finally loaded. To find out more, please visit our website at fxloader.com, where you can contact us and request a free 30-day trial.